initial part. Like, yeah.
I would disagree. I would say that she's an even better line. Yeah, so this should also be a steal quick. B will now the defending MSC at Esports World Cup champions be thrown down to the ground in Group A.
Yep, that is going to be the question for now. Mythic Seals in the mid lane. There's a lot of pressure going on. I feel like the mid control is another thing we definitely will be having to look at. But before that, the emblems look pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Even for Nico on the mid lane Kimmy, it wasn't anything like a pull yourself together emblem he used earlier on.
Yeah.
So
By the way, it worked. Yeah, pull yourself together, juice in last game. That was how they were able to gap close so well and also escape so many times against SRG. So now let's see. SRG are actually already pushing the tempo. Sky's walking up. Oh, doesn't get to steal it though.
yeah, Ken still gets it. But this is SRG literally pressuring Ken all over again, whereas Cram he's doing such a great job all alone. Forced Nico to provide some help even because of just how well he's been managing Kun on the EXP lane. So would contesting the first objective really be an option for Mythic Seal? Because even looking at Ken, Stormy and Yumes, they're just blocking his way.
Cram also just winning out on this lane against Kun. It's going to be very tough to get to the turtle, and again, just like in game one, it'll be SRG to take the free first neutral objective. Skies picks it up, instantly rotates over to the purple buff, hasn't used the retribution yet, so this should also be a steal quick by Skies.
Okay, this isn't something new to us. Mythic Seal, they do tend to let go of the objectives, but at least the difference now, I guess, is that SRG are yet to actually find kills or actually set up fights, which would amplify the advantage that they already have. So Mythic Seals, they're being very careful, but still, even when you look at their sides, it's not looking too good. Kun doing his best to survive, but that's gonna be first blood for SRG OG, just as we mentioned it.
Deja vu to game number one. This is the 3rd minute rotation from Stormy into XP after getting turtle, and they're going to get a whole lot of shots over to the turret. Will it be a turret take at the 3rd minute is the question now, just like in game one. Oh, it's a bit too close to game one here. They almost get it done. All right, but it stays intact.
Okay, so this is basically a repeat of what SRG OG were able to do in the first few minutes of the game. So I wouldn't be so surprised if they're able to establish yet again a massive lead, a significant one at that, but they might have to be careful about giving those opportunities again to Mythic Seals. I feel like they want to rush things now in this game, especially considering the amount of teamfight prowess that they have. So forcing fights might not be such an issue, but Yumes, instead, he'll be the one targeted here by the way of the Dragon Thorn Rose as well, committed onto him. But Boye, it seems like the pickoff took some time. Sekai's on the other hand too, found some kills, but that's a 2-for-1 trade so far. Maybe could be 3 kills, but there won't be enough damage from Kun, and there's a respo from Cram as well.
Yeah, good traction pulse. It's a kill traded in for a kill plus a turret in the bottom lane. Cram was able to get it down, so still very, I would say still advantages towards SRG. Yes, this does give Ken a bit more breathing room in the jungle. Uh-oh, Cram.
Oh, that's half HP for him. Another way of the Dragon converted into a successful pickoff. That's one member down for SRG. OG Yumes also half HP, but Sekai's gains access to Ken and the other members, but will settle with Boye for now, but it's a double kill for Boye. Sekai's will he be able to secure the objective? It seems like it's a no, it's a triple for Boye actually. What a redemption from him from game number one, but Innocent making it just in time. Finds the kill onto Nico.
Gets the kill back. Mythic Seal again turned the gold lead around. SRG had the 2,000 gold lead, and now it's going to be the punish for Zippy, 2 up top. I'm trying to think of who. Yeah, obviously it's just worth it for Mythic Seal. It was an all-out win. They lost Nico, but that's about it.
But the biggest question of all, I mean, I understand. They just pour in all of their resources. I mean, who gets the last hit doesn't matter, I guess. But it all went to Boye. Like,
yeah,
Ken got none of those kills. I mean, got the objective. No, not even the objective.
It was Kun.
It was Kun.
Hey, man, Ken has taken the big brother role, as was said by him yesterday in an interview with Eterna. So that's part of the big brother role. You let your little bros pick up kills, pick up objectives. You just sit on the side being like, all right, brothers, you got it, right? And really, for Mythic Seal, a win is a win, right? They still just want to equalize this goal lead, get a bit more time so that they can scale up into their mid to late game power spike, which is going to hit quite big. SRG are going to have to rely on Innocent now very early on. Innocent's still farming really, really well, so don't count him out. Don't count SRG out. They still have a... Oh, wait. Zippy's actually taking a shot. All right. Just gets away. That gold lead. There you go.
Yep.
Big one only on Innocent. Kun.
Oh. Is he actually gonna fight this? Yums is here, but are they aware that Nico and Boye are as well? Get some vision because of Stormy. The way of the dragon is committed on to Stormy instead. And Nico, there's the follow-up. It's not gonna be enough though, so... Yeah, I feel like SRG needs to really reset after this. We're seeing a lot more responses, reactive ones, coming in from them.
So for Mythic Seal, they've already done the tough job of getting the gold lead into an even standing here. Through team fighting, they've been able to get that. Now it's SRG's turn to try to turn things around.
Yeah.
But Mythic Seal have the hold on side lane at this point of the game. You gotta remember that the Moskov will constantly be in the side lane. Mythic Seal could actually just give turtles and trade it for turrets.
Like they did in game number 1. And finally find a way to turn things around come late game. But Sekai's though successfully takes the objective. But this is going according to plan. If you're Mythic Seal, Boye though, there's a lot of damage coming in from Cram. They might have to respect that, but a beautiful falling Star Moon and the follow-up damage coming in from Nico. They're able to deal with SRG, even with the limited manpower that they have. Oh, things might change this time though, because Zippy might go in. Still won't. It's a... Okay, they don't risk it for now.
But again, Mythic Seal... The problem in game 1 was they were just so far behind, they lost a bit too many fights in the early game, that it was difficult to find any trade that was actually worth it, right? Like, turret for turtle is very, very even. Sometimes you would actually give the advantage to the turret. Game 1, they were too behind to get those advantages. They were just getting wiped and wiped every single team fight. Now it's a conceal hold up. Oh yeah!
But will they be able to make it though? Yums is doing a great job at zoning out Nico and Zippy. There's the Zaman Force also committed by Innocent, and it seems like Boye will be punished. So those are great responses coming in from SRG.
And again, folks, remember the triple kill from Boye. Innocent didn't just pick up a roamer, he picked up a shutdown on a roamer. That's massive for Innocent. A good bounty. Ken? Whoa! Starting to deal a lot of damage way earlier in the game compared to game 1. And again, to go back to the point before the team fight started, it's all about now being in a better position to come back, right? But it's for both teams now. For SRG, it seems like that game 1 has woken them up. The sleeping giants that was in game 1.
Yeah, I was supposed to say even for Kun, SRG seemed like they were having a hard time to deal with Kun right now. The Esmeralda seems like it came to a point where it's really tanky, but oh no, Boye gets isolated. Zippy will try to provide some help, uses the Spear of Misery, but Sekai's nearly catches up. Fortunately, he survives though, and could this be an opportunity for Mythic Seal? Cram is also very, very low. But there's an upcoming objective they might have to reconsider.
They're just splitting up the map. Ken doing a good job at trading on the other side of the map, while SRG trying to get Prio down below. But I think he might be staying a bit too long. The rest of the team are here. Ken has a puncture. Will be able to puncture out. Now 1-2 gets taken down, and the fight goes for SRG.
He indeed took too long. And just in time, SRG got the best possible pickoff, which allows them to secure this objective without any contest. Okay, I saw that in day number 1. It could have happened again, but at least it didn't. Zippy will settle with tier 2 turret down bottom.
Zippy, is he late to the recall? Oh yes, he is too!
They catch him even when he used the Spear of Misery. And that makes 2 kills for SRG and Daylord.
WSRG. They have read through the playstyle of Mythic Seal from game one, constantly looking for trades instead of fighting in the first few minutes of the game to hold the lead down from being too out of control. SRG just make the quick rotations. They just stay decisive, and Mythic Seal were the ones to be overconfident in the bottom lane up top as well. Ken now, Innocent pops in his Mod Force.
Oh, Innocent. Looks like he can deal with Ken even on his own at this point. Just dodging all those punctures and all those thorned roses. But now Mythic Seal, could they do what they did in game number one in defending and prolonging this game? Oh, Falling Storm won't connect. But that is going to be the question. Because this time around, SRG, this is a 3K gold lead, and they have to make sure they don't repeat the same mistakes they did as well in game number one.
Holy Defense already down in the mid lane. Now in the bottom lane, they are going to go for the siege. Yums walks up. Holy Shield pop again. Ken walks up. Kun able to get away. Ken with a puncture.
That's a lot of damage coming in from Innocent. But somehow, someway, they're still able to hold on to their inhibitor turret. So again, Mythic Seal, they're back in the same situation of just trying to prolong the game. This isn't a Claude anymore, however. It's a Moskov and a Kimi. I feel like that's still a decent amount of wave clear if you're Mythic Seal.
Oh, Stormy!
What? Again? Wait, they actually find the kill!
That was so delayed. He ends up popping the Purify, and Boye goes in too. Doesn't want to go. Doesn't actually get the proper angle. But yeah, Stormy, I think it was either like don't Purify at all or Purify earlier, right? I think that was just like a, unfortunate mistake from Stormy.
It's during these moments where Mythic Seal just find the turnaround. So SRG, they must have learned from these kinds of situations. They can't they didn't overstay in the base or near the base, but they were somewhere Mythic Seals could immediately or quickly access, because you still have to consider that Mythic Seals, their lineup, they're very high in terms of mobility. They have the Lancelot, they have the Cho, and most of the things start with the Cho or the Esmeralda. So heroes like Stormy should be in better positions if put in these kinds of situations.
So SRG still have the lead, still have the advantage when it comes to the side lanes too, remember, in this game. Just like they did in the last game, they have to stay clean. They cannot be making those kind of mistakes with one person overextending. And luckily for Stormy, the Purify will be up anyways in the next fight. So that will be a big resource that he won't be able to utilize. Wave will be pushing up top though.
Oh, they don't use the Crimson Beacon, but the Lord is already down to half HP. Cram uses the Curtain Call and the Yo-Yo Blitz onto Kun, but Kun is just so tanky. Boye finds the kick onto Cram, but is that the right target? Ken dashes in, uses the Thorn Drones, will try to steal away the objective, but Sekai secures it for his team!
Zippy caught in the bad spot now, able to go away. Yums with the flicker forward as Kun tries to run away the other side of the map. It's a Moskov versus everybody. I don't think he'll be able to survive, and it will be Yums with the swing of the War Axe to take him down. Mythic Seal lose the neutral objective and 3 members for a trade of Stormy.
It already looked like Kun was doing such a great job. Kun was doing a lot, got the attention of Stormy, but the change of targets, it was too fast. They decided to focus so much onto taking down Ken and Boye. They let Stormy, left Stormy alone. Could have been bad, but it was okay. But in the live cam, it seems like they're already approaching the base. Oh, it doesn't land. Ken gets to dodge it, finds the kill onto Innocent. SOD won't connect, however. Mythic Seal, again, find a way to deal with this for now.
Mythic Seal have found yet another angle to punish SRG. Yes, this is looking a bit too similar to game one. I'll be honest with you. Like, in terms of the turret takes, it's mid and bot too. And the mistakes, you wouldn't expect a mistake like that from Innocent or an overextension from SRG like that after game one, but you just saw it. They can, again, it just comes down to the reset. They've been better on the team fights too.
Okay.
So they just need to calm down. They gotta calm down. They gotta let a few of these fights go. It's fine, you know, in a 4v5.
Oh, Kun though, he's dealing a lot of damage. Phantom Execution connects onto Cram. SOD lands as well. Nico finds the kill. Sekai's might be the next target, but fortunately has the dash. Mythic Seal, something just activates when they're in this point of the game.
As me and LaFell and you know from day number 1, they just need to be behind. Innocent walks up against Kun.
Okay.
It's all right. Both these teams are just going at it, dude. Like, SRG really shouldn't have been in that position while Innocent was down, taking a 4v5 for no reason. There were no objectives up top as well. And it's the same for Kun. There was actually no reason for him to be up in the mid lane so far up there. But yeah, oh boy, yeah. Oh, he might be falling next into it. Look at the cut, look at the cut. They can actually... No.
No.
Okay.
This is the point in the game where you just cannot be seen. So like, there have been a couple of questionable decisions or positions from some of these members, but things will definitely change once we head into the next objective. But SRG, it does look like they want to make things happen even before the objective gets to spawn. It looks like they're scouting and checking wherever Mythic Seal could potentially come from. They're on the exact same opposite sides of the map though. So how will they capitalize on this situation? Stormy's up there. It'll take some time for him to get here, but
They want to blitz it.
yeah, this is gonna be good for SRG because Zippy will have to deal with the wave up top. Still has the SOD, however, but they're zoning out the members of Mythic Seals really, really well. Traction pulls already committed. They catch Yumes, might get to burst him down. SOD lands,
Wow.
they find it!
Cram now walking up. Oh, gets Carter's Spirit Mystery out to Lethal Wanderer. What the hell? Boye with a way to dragon from out of nowhere. Zippy goes over to Spirit Misery. Ken walks over the puncture and has him on force.
They actually tried to take him down, but the damage is too much. Nico will have to reposition himself as well, while the other members of Mythic Seal just focus on working on the Lord, and they finally get it for themselves.
The seal that was placed in game 1 is activated in game 2. The seal is, every time we get past 16, I believe. Look at that Spirit of Misery, dude. How unlucky was Cram to be right there on the pin with the small lethal on the Spirit of Misery? Traction Pulse. Oh no, they baited out Innocent. Saman Force in the middle. Alright, they don't have Lord.
Okay.
Sorry, I was looking at live cam view.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, alright, let's go back to the fight. Boye too, man. This guy... He's a bit too explosive, right? Like,
just
when
the
they're
right
ahead,
amount.
you don't want him to do that. When you're behind, you want him to do that. Mythic Seal just do better from behind.
Okay.
You know what?
This is confirmed.
There you go. This is confirmed.
All our theories from day number 1, I think this proves it all. If they especially win this game.
Hey, Turner was a big hater of that, by the way. Like, Mythic Seal didn't play from behind. Hey.
No, they just adjusted. They just play. Nah, why am I on the same boat? No, because I don't do that to Eterna. But anyway, this is gonna be such a statement for them. If ever they're actually able to make things happen with this Lord. They're syncing up the waves. And SRG, if you look at their wave clear, let's see how they make it work. Already forcing out the Crimson Beacon. Innocent has the Zaman Force, however, but Cram! He's just getting shredded by Zippy.
Yeah, damage from Zippy is ridiculous. It pierces through the turrets too, so they gotta be careful. Mid lane base turret taken down now. They're gonna be looking to go up top. Boye is walking up. There's a cannon in too. Phantom Execution to get the turret.
Okay. At least Boye didn't have the flicker yet, so they probably won't force anything. And that's exactly what they have to do maybe, because Mythic Seal are already in the lead at an advantage. They've equalized the turrets. And I think maybe this is a better development from game number 1, because Mythic Seal for game number 1 were able to turn things around up until the very last moment. But this time, they've left SRG with only a single inhibitor turret in their hands. So this looks like a much more manageable game for them when it comes to the objective fights.
Hold up. Cram's walking up, gonna be stunned up, and just pops in with a Crimson Beacon too!
Oh, that's a lot of damage, but who will be bursted down first? Sekai tries to reach for the targets from behind, but gets bursted down instead. Zaman Force also laid by Innocent, but it's a retreat for SRG after losing their jungler.
These guys went in a bit too far off of the team as well. Like, no one was able to really follow up. He dove in so deep, popped him in the crown, was expecting, I think, Innocent to come in right there and then, right as he popped in Winter Crown, because that would have been a good combo, right? Then at least Skies wouldn't have died. 20 seconds on Skies. This could be Mythic Seal just pushing in. And like you said, Brigitte, yes, They only got 2 base turrets for Mythic Seal, but it's actually good for Mythic Seal here because the lane up top is the one that they got the base turret in. That's the far lane. 5 seconds on Skies. Mythic Seal could just force a fight right here now.
They're gonna try to burst it. But Innocent and Yumes, they might want to do something else. They're trying to look for other angles, but Boye, he has it covered. He knows exactly where they're trying to go from, but that buys them enough time to reset the Lord and allow Sekais to actually make it. Now, what is going to be the play for SRG, OG, and Mythic Seal? Zamanforth already committed onto Kun. Might be the first casualty, not looking too good for Mythic Seal, but the damage from Zippy, you have to respect it! Knock up from the Jeet Kun Do. Sekais somehow makes it out alive, but they commit onto Stormy instead. Nico finds the kill onto Stormy!
Zippy goes in, over to Cram. Now the damage coming down as well. As the Lance of Friend brings Boye back into the bush. Skies walking up. Boye, sticking to Immortality. Zamanforth over. Boye taken down. Innocent with a kill again. 10! Gets a kill back on Cram, and it's back-to-back-to-back team fights.
2 for 2, and none of them will commit to the objective just yet. I have to correct myself. It wasn't Stormy earlier. But either way, Mythic Seal, I can't believe they're doing this. The defending champions, they are clearly struggling to find a way to end things quick, to hold on their lead, because it keeps getting snatched away from them by Mythic Seal.
We're at a stalemate, ladies and gentlemen. Mythic Seal and SRG just keep going at it. They have suffered a few casualties in the battle, but it's always even. 2 for 2, 1 for 1. There was one big fight for SRG, one massive one for Mythic Seal as well, but after that, it's just been trades after trades, and Nico is doing a whole lot of damage. This is the least accurate, lore-accurate Stormtrooper of all time.
That's such brave positioning. Oh, and I feel like Nico can afford to be a lot more brave now. Picked up the Immortality. So SRG will have to consider that if ever they want to look for a fight. But how do they deal with it now? From where do they expect to come from? Cram and Sekais. Oh, Zippy!
Oh my God!
Zippy! They find Zippy! Will he be able to survive this? I think not!
What a read by Skies and Cram to hold their position up top, knowing that there might be a Moskov looking for the play, and now they want to collapse!
Oh, they're looking for the kills, but they have to escape for now. Kills might not be the way to go. Innocent finds
Plan on game 1, it didn't go as planned, like we couldn't execute it, but
Mages will be Yomes with the swing of the War Axe to take.
Yeah, SRG. Mythic.
For them to not.
I think
the back.
Might actually be.
5 Yomes!
This is such an action-packed.
Stalemate, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
If the
From behind. Blue side. Mythic Seal. Shouldn't have cancelled that. I think it was the same thought. He thought it was just Sekais.
Exactly. He thought it was a solo Joy, thought he could punish the Joy after using all of that and the electrifying beats. That's why he popped in skill 2 right as Skies walked into bush. And then he saw Cram and he's like, oh no. Yeah, a bad read, unfortunately, from Mythic Seal for Zippy's Mythic Seal Zippy.
State as the
Have we only lost 2 members? 1 from each. Kai dying, yes. Sanford dying too.
Joy and by SRG.
Yeah.
That's one of the main conditions of the being a lot of things.
Ken and
Or the flicker, but
Swerve, and this allows today number 3, or will it be the champions of Myanmar in Mythic Seal? Wherever you are, make some noise and show your love for these 2 teams, because I'm
bang bang game. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard what Renmar said. We're getting straight into the land of Dawn with Natan flying in the air to bring us right here.
Yep. I want them to bring in the unexpected for this game. I don't want it to be a replica of the flow for the first 2 games wherein it's always Mythic Seals playing from behind and just forced to defend up until the objective. But we'll see if they're able to do just that with the minimal amount of time to reset. Okay, there you go. Very aggressive start again from Mythic Seals.
Early flicker burnt out for Stormy here. And Mythic Seal will just utilize this. That's going to be a pickup.
Whoa. What are
Nico.
you doing for Stormy? There's so
Hands
much
walking up again.
pressure. Yeah, but okay, that's the thing. They cleared the minion wave too early on. But this is the matchup we've been talking about, I feel, even in the draft. Finally, a Lapu Lapu returns up against the glue, and I feel like it's going to fare pretty well for Cram, but doesn't take the fact that it doesn't take away the fact that it's annoying. Like, the glue is going to be annoying whatever you do.
Very annoying. Anyway, it will be very, very annoying. So for you gotta be careful. Whoever gets mounted will be very tough to deal with here, especially considering, again, Gatakacha, immobile roamer. If you go in with an AOG, or if you get mounted, you can't even use the AOG. I think like the glue will just stop those AOGs constantly once you channel it.
Yeah, the amount of crowd control that Mythic Seal can put to stop you, almost put an early kill onto Zippy. Things are looking good, but on the mid lane, they traded out Stormy as well.
Yeah, so they get a trade. It's going to be Zippy for Stormy, but that means Mythic Seal can capitalize straight off the bat with the Turtle start their first Turtle in a game.
In the series!
Yeah, in the series. Ladies and gentlemen, Game 1 and Game 2, they lost the first neutral objective battles. This time, it changes. Mythic Seal have gotten a bit more value than SRG early on.
That's what we're saying. That's a clear change in approach from Mythic Seal. They no longer want to just let go of the objectives as much as they can. Boye has the fist crack but won't use it just yet. That's enough for Fumes to be forced to recall though. This is really great pressure coming in from Mythic Seal so far. Except the fact that Zippy was taken out in the bottom lane.
But it's all right. The thing is about the Granger is right, the fact that yes, you can get solo killed, you can get ganked, you can die, but you're still not going to be behind of your laner. Why? Gold Crab. You almost had like 90% Gold Crab take. That's gonna be AOG over to the back now. Zippy!
Only knocking up Nico though, and Zippy again for the second time around gets taken down, but a beautiful Thorn Throws catching 2 members from SRG OG. Again, Boye gets the double kill though.
Unfortunate for Mythic Seal. You would not want those kills to be on Boye, but technically it's still a good trade. See, now it's weird because like, is it a good trade? You got Zippy. I think that, you know what, just because Boye got the kills, I'll say it's worth it for SRG, all right?
Okay, okay.
Because it's a kill on goal. We were just talking about this. You can be behind on the Granger and you can still come back, but that doesn't mean you go 0-2, right? 0-1, sure. 0-2, that's the limit. If you go 0-3, that should be where it ends for you still being able to hold the lead through Gold Crab and minions.
Yeah, it could have been somehow balanced out if some of those went to Zippy or to the damage dealers for Mythic Seal, but then again, it will still allow Mythic Seal to keep the pressure going. This is going to be another very confident game from Boye, and we're seeing it time and time again. Now even Kun doing a lot to annoy not just Cram, but now even the other members of SRG. This is where they intend to fight. They want to bank on the idea that they can really make use of their team fight capabilities considering their lineup.
It's mid prio. Stormy sent that as well. Nico, immobilization. Stormy pinned down, has a Crimson Beacon, gets away. Yums!
Oh, uses the AOG but knocks up no one. Wow. And somehow Kun gets to find Stormy. Will be successful in terms of taking him down with the help of Nico. But that's already 1 man down for SRG. And look at that Flicker Fist Spray coming in from Boye. Fist Crack launch just in time. Sekai's is the next target.
Kun is clean on this glue. Wow, what a rotation by Innocent landing the SOD. Did you see that mini sidestep from Kun to dodge away from the second skill of Joy?
Yeah.
Clean gaming and great response from Boye to punish a no mobility Joy at that point because he missed that skill. Now Mythic Seal the ones capitalizing on a turret up top, and they could break the mold. The pattern that has been Mythic Seal do better from behind.
Mythic Seals have been scary when they've been very consistent in terms of taking back the lead when playing from behind. But this version of Mythic Seals seems a lot more terrifying for me because they're able to do this great of a job in the early stages of the game up against SRG OG and even being the first ones to convert into a structure. So it's actually SRG who's behind right now.
Be careful. Look at that, right? By the way, this is what we were talking about. Look at the Granger. 0, 2, and 2 still. Oh, the cancels constantly. Yums unable to pop the AOG. Finally gets it. But you can see the gold lead.
Yep.
0-2, no problem. He's still just 100 gold behind, which means it's practically nothing here as they clear the wave and they're looking to go for the die. Traction Pulse.
Oh, they find Stormy somehow, but Sick Eyes will try to disturb the members in the backline once again, looking for Zippy. There's the knockback coming in from Boye, but Sick Eyes still gets to walk away. So, again, going back to your point, yes.
Hey, Zippy, 0-2, not 0-3, man. 0-2 is the limit. Now he's past the limit. Now it's SRG's turn to think. This is also Brigitte White. Oh, wait a minute. They're just going to mount Cram? Oh, that's a lot of damage. No, they still have to respect the anti-CC. Yeah, this is why.
Yeah.
You say it's scarier. In a way it is, but in a way, it's scarier as the Mythic Seal fans too, for the Burmese people that are like, oh my god, they're ahead. They might throw.
Yep. That could be a potential angle to look at because Cram goes in with the Bravest Fighter looking for a fight. Oh, but flickers out instead, so he won't have the flicker for this upcoming objective if ever they do want to contest.
Should be a free one, but Innocent is building up, and this is just giving me a lot of flashbacks to the M6 World Championship when they were up against CFU, down, losing in the early game, but then Innocent came in with one SOD, one Innocent moment, turned things around.
I think I remember that moment. But then Mythic Seals, they're gonna be careful for now. I think they too are well aware of the fact that even when things are looking to be good, Innocent has been managing the waves well, and their gold laner hasn't been in the best position so far. There's always Sekai's hunting him down, so even if you want to think that they could do well in terms of prolonged team fights, Sekai's just denies them of that because they immediately eliminate one of the major damage sources. So that 100 gold lead that existed earlier has just ballooned into a lot more and could grow into more if they don't get to watch out for Zippy from this point onwards.
The big win condition right now is a capital INNOCENT for Selangor Red Giants OG Esports, and that's what they're banking on. They're just holding the other side of the map. Every time Mythic Seal make a play, make a move, they send Innocent to play cross map, get minions. Now for Mythic Seal, can they stop that from happening by either going bot, catching Innocent, or pulling off a 4v5 and winning before Innocent gets there?
Yeah, I mean, Ken was already there, so Innocent didn't try to force a fight, knowing that there was Ken. So it seems like they're trying to actually respond to the pressure right now. If you look at where Boye and Ken are going, they find Innocent. That happened in just the blink of an eye, by the way.
Yeah, just like in game number 2 when SRG were the ones to beat or to kill Zippy on the Moskov, now Mythic Seal do the same thing. The Lancelot's so mobile and the Badang so good. Oh, wait!
Oh, forced to use the flicker because they have no Crimson Beacon. Stormy, that's 2 kills for Mythic Seal, and they have a Lord. They can take this Lord if they want to. Still, Sekai's is alive, however, so they might want to engage in a fight instead. Yums has the AOG as well, but will they decide to go for it? Sekai is already being poked down pretty low. Oh, Cram jumps in!
Oh! Get in the back, that's a Spirit of Misery from Innocent, but all of them are down. It's just Cram. His Bravest Fighter cancel almost a steal from Innocent, but Ken secures it with Retribution. Now it's Cram mounted on Zippy. Finally gets those stats racking up. 3 in a span of 1 team fight. Mythic Seal are well and truly the ones holding a position to send SRG down, but mainly to make it to the knockouts. Man, Ken on the Lancelot. Whenever he picks a hero in game 1, everybody should just settle and say, all right, that's what he's going to be playing the entire series. Because he gets better every game.
Yeah, and honestly, you see how Yums struggled in terms of using the AOG at that moment too. Like, Boye timed his crowd control skills so well, which denied SRG of that potential knockup. Because those three members which were left, Cram, Sekais, and Yums, they clearly seemed like they wanted to contest, but hold on, Ken! Will he be able to get himself out of this? It's a no, but Cram!
Okay, they go for the Bravest Fighter in. Innocent gets a shutdown. The flashbacks.
The flashbacks.
Flashbacks, M6 all over again. Just a different team though. Mythic Seal, you cannot afford to be doing those things up against Selangor Red Giants OG Esports. They're a team that knows how to punish every small mistake. And that wasn't a small mistake. That was a pretty big one. That's a bounty to the pockets of Innocent on Moscow.
If I were Mythic Seal, I probably would not want to pick a fight in the purple buff of SRG OG, or in any position where you sense the connection too. I mean, it's just Cram who could give Innocent all the information. And to be fair, that SOD which landed on the objective earlier was a very close call. Like, that could have been something, or that could have been a steal, but now they go for Yums. Will he cast the AOG though? He gets to, and Sekais does not find the kill on Zippy this time.
But you can still see the damage racking up. Like, SRG are building towards some crazy damage in the late game with the Joy and the Moskov. Question is, will it be enough? Can they get an angle on Zippy and Nico? So far, they have been able to get on Zippy. Nico has been very good in the back. So, yeah, damage dealt here. Wow, it's actually 30. Karam amongst the Mythic Seal boys.
That's high. 38,000. I mean, even from the very beginning, we saw just how much he wanted to maximize that passive from the Kimmy. And to be fair, I feel like Nico has less problems to think about compared to Zippy. Like, Sekais has his eyes set on Zippy and not Nico. But that can potentially backfire too. Nico still is a decent source of damage, and if any, he's the one who's always forcing out the Crimson Beacons. He's the one always pressuring Stormy, and if you actually look at Stormy, this isn't such a good position to be in as the Jushin.
Ken has done a good job at, you know, managing the waves down below, so it'll be a slow push here with a 4.5k Goldie for Mythic Seal. They want a team fight. They're confident in winning a team fight. They have been winning team fights. Let's see if they can do it again. Innocent in the bottom lane has the SOD. Mythic Seal prepping for this one. Yums with an angle, but Kun goes in. Phantom execution!
That hurt!
What?
They get to burst down Yums with just the pressure from Kun and the Phantom execution.
Nice.
Now, how will they try and attempt to contest this Lord? The SOD does not land! Ken will have all the time in the world to focus on his opponents, and he takes the Lord along with it!
Everyone falling, only Innocent here getting a trade, getting something on the map. He does get it, but look at Nico, he wants to cancel it. He will be able to do it. Innocent jumps in with the step, goes into the base. Oh my Lord, Innocent! Walks it over, gets a kill! Cannon Innocent! He cannot do it, not in time, the base open! He's tried everything to save this game! There's another wave now in the bottom lane. Innocent looking for clear. Kun holding it. Can he do it?
There's the Lord, it has already spawned. They might have some time. They might get to buy some time. And he forces a reaction out of the other members. Will he actually go for the SOD?
Oh no.
There's the magic sentry. Oh! He just goes for it, but Boye!
Finds the pin. Innocent down. Ken on the purple buff. Cram jumps in with the Bravest Spider. The Lord still in the mid lane. He utilizes the second part of it. That's a Thorn Rose by Ken. A pin down again. Cram flickers out. And Mythic Seal have all the tools necessary to utilize this Lord of the mid lane. Ken!
Okay, Ken actually deal with Cram. He just needs one more hit. Boye gets it. Sekais, Yums, and Stormy. The trio mid, they're the ones who have the responsibility of holding things down and holding things together, but Yums, he won't be able to knock up anyone!
They're gonna go for the base! Selangor Red Giants OG Esports fall to the dark horse! That is the Mythic Seal! Planted in Game 1, fully sealed in Game 3. Mythic Seal will move on to the next stage of the tournament. What an upset, what a performance.
The final seal has been broken, and Mythic Seal has fired the warning shot heard across the world. They are the first team to go into knockouts and carrying the legacy of the Burmese. Mythic Seal with the biggest shocking result of the tournament so far.
This is such a statement for Mythic Seal. Even from the very beginning, even when many have possibly favored SRG OG over them in this matchup, they did not make things easy for the Red Giants. They made them struggle to get the win.
Okay.
And the mechanics, we said it probably could be somehow a limitation, but in this game, in this series, they proved that it's actually not in any way a limitation for Mythic Seals. They've been overpowering SRG through these mechanics.
At this point, they're not just dark horses nor fighters. They have launched themselves into a position where Mythic Seal can definitely be considered a contender now. The first into the top 8. When I put them in my top 8, I had conditions for Mythic Seal to improve in certain aspects, and they did just that. We'll now toss it on over to Eterna with what seems like to be Nico and Ken from Mythic Seal for the interview.
Thank you so much, casters. We're here with Nico as well as Ken, and apparently Ken is translating?
No, I'll be here.
Yeah.
I'll translate
So,
it.
okay, so Ken, the glorified translator. Anyway, so welcome to the knockouts. How are you feeling about this? What does this mean for you right now, and what does this mean for your region? Because this is a major upset. You just knocked down the defending champions, SRG.
ပထမဆုံးတစ်ခုအနေနဲ့နောက်ကောက်စိတ်ကိုတက်သွားတဲ့အတွက်ပြောပါအရင်လည်းပြောပါပြောလို့အတင်းကြီးနဲ့ဆော့ထားပြီးတော့ပြန်ဖို့တည်မှာ2-1နဲ့နိုင်တာဆိုတော့တော်တော်ရင်ခုန်မှုကောင်းတယ်ပေါ့နော်
We're very happy and we're very pleased with the result, but we still have more to show, and I feel like today we haven't showed our best performance. I think game 3 was where we really showed our real performance. So I'm just really happy that we won, and I'm more excited for knockouts, for playoffs. Yes.
Okay, excited for the knockouts. So the thing is, this is a little bit of a flashback to M6, right? Because you guys were also able, well, Falcon Esports were the ones to take down SRG as well. So what does this mean for your region?
I think this just shows just how good Burmese teams are. Like even though we qualified here, it was really hard, like fighting local teams. I feel like most of them can compete with the S-tier teams here. So I'm just happy that Myanmar is getting the recognition it deserves. We hope that you guys will keep supporting Myanmar MLBB, and for international fans, I hope you guys watch Myanmar MPO as well, because it's really nice.
It really is. It really is. Everyone is still shaking right now. Nico, do you agree with that? Do you have maybe a personal statement towards everyone for your region? You're gonna give it to Big Brother Ken?
He will translate.
Oh, okay, he's translating.
Nico said he just hopes that MPO will return, and yeah, that's all.
Okay, they will be coming back, and you guys are looking to do exactly that. Knockouts right around the corner. Now, Nico, back at M5, you were a jungler, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're transitioned into the mid lane. How has that transition been? Is it hard to adapt? Is it easy?
Because I'm too good to play jungle. That's why I change my role.
So he's too old.
Too old.
Too bro.
Oh, too what? Oh, she's too bored. He said he's
Too bored. Oh, jungler is boring.
Yeah.
So you gave it to Ken. It's like, nah, don't want it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nico said the reason he doesn't play jungle is because he doesn't want to play the tank jungle. He just wants to be flashy.
Oh, okay. So you want to be more flashy. I know this is kind of weird because you're like right next to him right now, but I was wondering, what has Ken's impact been on the team? And what is like the one thing that Ken has taught you that you remember up until this point?
များကြီးရှိအောင်ရှောက်ပေါ်လေးပဲ
မြန်မာလိုပြောလိုက်မြန်မာလို
အာကဲဘယ်လိုပြောကျွန်တော်တို့အတန်တဲ့အရန်ဟိုအရေးကြီးဆုံးအကိုကြီးတယောက်ဖြစ်ပါဘူးကျွန်တော်တို့အကုန်လုံးတော့အကိုကြီးလေးတယောက်ဖြစ်ပါတယ်ပြီးတော့ကဲအင်္ဂိမ်းထဲမှာဆိုရင်ရှောက်ကောတွေမကန်နစ်တွေပြက်မှာပွဲတစ်ပွဲလုံးထိမ့်ပေးနေတာကျွန်တော်တို့၄ယောက်လုံးတော့မလုပ်နိုင်ဘူးအဲ့ဒါတွေအကုန်လုံးကန်လို့လုပ်နိုင်ပါ
I'm old man slow hand, so I just use my macro. That's all.
Oh, okay. So
Oh, man,
more
slow
of
hand.
the macro
Yes, yes.
style of it. Okay, very quick question to end this right now before you guys, start preparing for the knockouts. Who do you think you'll be facing? Do you think it will be Onyx or do you think it will be Liquid PH in the knockouts?
on it
Onyx knockouts? Do you agree, Ken?
It's hard to say because both teams are like so strong. But if I had to pick a team, I want to face maybe Onyx Indo. Onyx Indo. But I'm really happy with both teams because I get to fight either Kaltizi or Kyrie, which is like they're both the best junglers for me. So yeah, it's okay. Any one of them, I'm happy to face.
Okay, so anticipating at some point in the knockouts that they will be meeting against one another, either Kaltizi or Kyrie. And with that, we're going to close this interview for now as we're going to throw it back to our casters.
Wow, great to hear from big brother Ken and Nico. Short he may be in stature, but he plays like an absolute giant against SRG. Every time he would see Yooms in front of him, he was like, no, yeah, you're going down, bro.
Look at that KDA. 1-1-1-1-1.
I don't believe the old man's low hands thingy. Like, I don't think he is. If he plays the mechanically demanding mid laners like this.
I think he just like he said, he doesn't want to play tanks. The guy wants to be the carry, and mid lane is the way to go right now. You get a whole lot of highlights there.
Yeah, you can be flashy. Like, congratulations, Mythic Seal. Again, not a lot of people expected this, but at the end of the day, they showed up at most needed. I did not expect the result so much. I forgot my glasses in the tower.
Oh my lord, you're right.
I'm having a hard time
something different.
seeing a lot of things right now because I had to run on over here. I wanted to witness that in person, and that really was just a highlight reel of what Mythic Seals has improved from MSL to where they are now. So let's see who the match MVP is. Brought to us by Sony, and it is none other than Zippy535 on this Granger. He was given a lot of pressure by the Joy and by SRG.
Yeah.
As one of the main conditions of the team and being able to stay alive as much as he could, walking away with 5-3-5. Yeah.
He did a lot to get back in that game.
Personal MVP Nico.
I gotta give a shout out to Ken and Nico though, because or even Boye, dude. I would have like Boye, especially on a Badang. I think that was the real game changer. Ken, Nico, they played really well. Obviously, mechanics on top. Kun on the glue too, dude. Like, everybody kind of deserved it.
Yeah.
Everyone.
I can't decide. I think Mythic Seals, they all worked together so hard to make this happen.
They are very together.
It was I think we talked about how they just wanted to go for the team fights, and so they did. Like there was macro still. Like, I don't think you can get as far without any macro, but the team fights were what really mattered for Mythic Seal, and I'm such a fan. I'm such a fan.
Yeah.
Which one?
I'm pretty sure Mythic Seal earned a lot of fans today, and they are not going to be missing out on the knockouts. And if you do not want to miss out on all of the MSC goodies available right now in the MLBB in-game client, just purchase the support chest for 20 diamonds. You can also purchase multiple support chests for a chance to get the pass and for a chance to get more prizes as well. It has been a terrific start to this Group A upper bracket. We still have one more, and it will be our match of the day between two titanic organizations in MLBB. Team Liquid, who are also gunning for club championship points alongside Onyx. So this doesn't only determine a lot of what the picture will look like for the knockout stages for MSC, but how potentially the club championship rankings can look like for the Esports World Cup. Don't miss out on this marquee matchup between Team Liquid and Onyx from Indonesia. We'll be back in just a bit.